Good evening. I am David Brenner, coordinator of the Adult Ed programs. Graduates and friends, please remain standing as South Portland Mayor Patty Smith leads us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Thank you for this invitation to be here this evening. Would you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Graduates and friends, please be seated. Think of a time in your life you tried something, worked really hard at it, spent a lot of time trying to figure it out and didn't finish it. Most people in this situation would not try again. It's just easier that way. Avoid the anxiety, the stress, the mistakes, the uneasiness. Our graduates took the opposite path. They returned. They worked hard, they overcame obstacles, and they conquered. My wife, daughter, and I host a Portland Sea Dogs baseball player every summer. A couple of summers ago, we met a teammate of the player who was living with us, and he was from Australia. I learned an Australian expression, "good on ya," which means congratulations for a job well done. I've never used it before, but I think it's fitting tonight. Graduates of 2017, good on you, mates. This year, our Adult Ed program saw over 200 students take classes. Those classes range from English language learners, math, high-set, Spanish, selling on eBay, guitar, art, Italian for travelers, fiction writing, and driving dynamics. We also offered college and career counseling services for our students and any adult in the city of South Portland who wished to attend college. We offered wonderful trips to the haunted houses in Salem, Massachusetts, and the Boston Flower Show. But enough about us. Tonight is about our graduates. Tonight's graduates have earned their HiSET credential. HiSET stands for High School Equivalency Test. It is a challenging exam in 5 academic areas: reading, writing, math, science, and social studies. These students all prepared seriously and diligently for the tests. I'd like to recognize some of our core folks who worked really hard to make the experience of our students a positive one. If the following instructors could stand and be recognized. Our English language learner instructors, Andrea Reising, Jen Goodine, and Tim Sturdivant. Our HiSET instructor, Joe Moore, and HiSET math instructor, Barry Lewis. Our secretary and career pathways coordinator, Ann Bullion. And our college transitions counselor / videographer, David Morrill. Please recognize them for all their hard work. And now for the folks we are all here for, our graduates. Our first speaker this evening is Ken Cunin, Superintendent of South Portland Schools.
Congratulations to all of the graduates. Mr. Brenner tried to give me a pass tonight. As you see, I'm hobbled up to the lectern a little bit. I've been battling an injury, and he said, you know, Mr. Cunin, you really don't have to come tonight. You know, just stay home, take it easy. And I said there was absolutely no way I was going to miss this graduation. Over the last almost 30 years as a school administrator, I've come to love graduations and this passage onto something new and exciting. But that was not always the case. In fact, when I graduated from high school in 1974, I took an oath that I was not going to attend my high school graduation. My parents had both passed away when I was quite young, and I really felt, why bother? Nobody's going to be there to really celebrate me. And I really didn't need to go. There was nothing I was going to remember about that ceremony, about that experience, that would be important. My grandparents prevailed upon me, and the headmaster of my school also said, oh, by the way, you happen to be the student speaker, so you really have to go to your graduation because you're to give the speech at graduation for the students. And so I decided, well, if my grandparents really want me to go, and the headmaster's saying I have to give a speech to the entire graduation class and all of those assembled, I guess I really had to go. But I had a trick. I decided I wouldn't give a speech. I would pick a poem to read that would be totally incomprehensible and would not mean anything to anybody. And so I picked a particular poet that I really liked, a gentleman named T.S. Eliot. And he wrote a book called Possum's Book of Practical Cats, which became the Broadway musical Cats. Well, those are poems that everybody loves. I didn't pick one of those. I picked a poem from something called the Four Quartets, and it was quartet number 3, the Dry Salvages. Nobody knows of this poem. Nobody understands this poem. Nobody cares about this poem. I didn't think I cared about this poem. So I picked the most obscure section of this poem to read at my high school graduation that I didn't want to be at. And I read it. And everybody seemed to enjoy it. We talked about faring forward, that we're not the same person tomorrow that we will be today, and we don't know what we're going to head into. Didn't make a whole lot of sense to me at the time. And I didn't think it was that meaningful at that moment. I just was glad I was done and could sit down, get my diploma, and get out of there as quickly as possible and go do the things you do after high school, graduation. But I still have the book that I read from 1974, and it happens to sit right by my bed table. And I actually reread that same poem, that same section every few months, and it really teaches me something different each and every time I read it. And I don't know what it's going to be about tonight, what you're going to hear from a fellow classmate, what pearl of wisdom, what experience you're going to have tonight, but there's something from this ceremony that you will carry with you for the rest of your lives. And consider that just a great gift that some of your classmates are giving to you, that your parents are giving to you, that your teachers are giving to you. I don't know what it will be, but I know there will be something. And we are so very, very proud, each and every one of you, and I can't wait to hand out diplomas we just did after we've had some more talk. Thank you very much.
He's a science teacher by day at South Portland High School and a musician by night, presenting Mr. Dana Gross.
Thank you very much. Sometimes that makes it hard to get up for class. Just kidding. So David asked me to play this graduation, and I was very honored. First thing I thought was that's a great honor. Yes, I'm a public education teacher. I'm the son of a public high school English teacher. So, obviously for me there's a great value in public education. So congratulations to you all for seeing it through. Job well done. I'm going to play a couple songs. The first one is one that I wrote. And I wrote it leading up to the time before my wedding. It was kind of a big event in my life. I thought this would be a good time to share a song about a big event. And it goes like this. Well, it came and it went, now the money's all spent. Sure was a time while it lasted, but we were all tried and true, on paper, borrowed and blue. And now we can say that we're past it. And I remember the way, or how you told me one day, troubles gone out to pasture. Well, how we set our own pace, good time and grace. Oh, how we sing with the world in a rapture. And then it came and it went. It took down the tent. And the seasons don't change any faster. Well, we're some older now, and I'm not quite sure how. But my feet aren't as fleet as they used to be. Well, the winter's still long, oh, that spring wind's still strong. And our love is as true as it's free. Looking back over all these years from my shoulder, it makes me think how lucky I've been. Well, just to find you again, call you my friend. But with tomorrow, so no eyes can see. And then it came and it went. It took down the tent. Now the seasons don't change any faster. It came and it went. It was borrowed or lent. Who owns it now? Doesn't matter. Thanks very much. So that's one I wrote, and I'll finish my bit with one by Bob Dylan. That's how it's pretty safe. Song he wrote called "Forever Young." May God bless and keep you always. May your wishes all come true. May you always do for others, let others do for you. May you build a ladder to the stars and climb on every rung. May you stay forever young. May you stay forever young. May you grow up to be righteous. May you grow up to be true. May you always know the truth and see the light surrounding you. May you always be courageous, stand upright and be strong. May you stay forever young. May you stay forever young. May your hands always be busy. May your feet always be swift. May you have a strong foundation when the winds of changes shift. May your heart always be joyful. May your song always be sung. And may you stay forever young. May you stay forever young, forever young.
To introduce our student speaker, here is Barry Lewis, our high-set math instructor.
first met our speaker in the fall of 2015. She was studying for the math ISET exam, and I was her teacher. Many older students come who return to school intent on resuming their journey through education. Find more than just the hard work that learning course material requires. Many students, perhaps nervous to be back in school or worried about learning a subject that they struggled with earlier, are also working to overcome anxiety. And to every graduate up here tonight and to every continuing ed student out there, know that your hard work and dedication are seen and respected by everyone who cares about you. If this student of mine had any doubts about what she was doing back in a math class, I never saw it. All I ever saw was the smile she beamed when she learned a new concept or mastered a new skill. The student worked and delighted in every well-earned accomplishment. As a math student, she had an especially deep appreciation for multiplication, I suppose, because she decided to have a baby while working towards passing her exam, which she did as a brand new mother. I will always remember and be inspired by her announcements of how important her education was to her because of the bright new star that would soon be shining in her life, because of love. It is her willingness to work hard that will guide the student towards success, but it is her joy in gathering the fruits of that hard work, her happiness to be learning, that will assure her creation of a bountiful future. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome this year's student speaker, Ashley Ward.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Ashley, as Mr. Lewis introduced me. When Mr. Brunner asked me to speak at graduation, I told myself, no way. I've never been good at public speaking. I had wicked bad anxiety, and it just doesn't work for me. But I'm so honored to stay here with all my fellow graduates tonight and all of you to share this special evening. It was about 3 years ago or so that I decided I wanted to go back to school. The next morning, I woke up and told my husband we were both going back. Kind of just stood there and gave me that blank stare that he always does. But the next day, we went off to start at Gray, New Gloucester. That's where we were living at the time. And my husband, Taylor, started flying through his pre-test. They would not let me test at all. I became very, very discouraged and wanted so badly to give up. I actually ended up switching to Kenny Monk Adult Ed and passed my math test all while I was about 8 months pregnant with this little guy right here. I then transferred to South Portland because I remember Mr. Brunner from when I came here years ago, and I knew he would help me get through this huge journey of my life. I finally finished all my tests, and here I am today. So I would like to thank Mr. Brunner, my amazing teachers, Barry Lewis and Mr. Moore, and a special thanks to Anne, and my amazing husband, Taylor, my son, Bentley, and the rest of my family. I would not be here without any of you. I've never felt so accomplished. I'm very proud of myself. I know I'll have a future for my family, and I can tell my son that I did this for him. You want to speak to? Someone once said, sometimes the smallest steps in the right direction is the biggest steps of your life. Tiptoe if you must, but take that step. Those words kept me going when I started to lose all hope. But as I stand here today, on this stage in front of my fellow graduates, my family, and my friends, I'm so happy I pushed through and earned my high school diploma. Each and every one of us on this stage has his or her own story and the reason for their coming back from school. For some of us, it's family. For others, it might be so we can get a good job. Or maybe even just so you guys can say you did it. So, Bella Margaret, can you please say that for me? Congratulations, class of 2017. You did it.
Thank you, Ashley. And now to present our Student of the Year Award is High Set instructor Joe Moore.
Thank you, Mr. Brennan. Congratulations, everyone. We have co-Students of the Year this year in South Portland's Delta program. And these two individuals shared some qualities, and they had some individual skills that they needed to work on, and they also had some individual and some shared goals. But they both followed some pretty simple advice that I gave them. When we first met, I simply said, just show up. And they did. They both showed up through rainy nights, cold nights, freezing nights, through, I'm sure, some circumstances that presented challenges for them, but they were here. They were here early, and they were here every night they needed to be. I met this young lady in October. She came in a little tentative and was willing to tackle what she thought would be her most challenging subject, which was writing. And very quickly, when I had her do some exercises, I thought, this is a very, very smart young lady. She very quickly grasped how to produce a high-quality 5-paragraph essay. And from that point on, she really flew through the high-set prep program. In December, when the first half of the year ended, I actually met this young man at the holiday celebration that South Portland Adult Ed put on. And he was with the young lady, and we got in a conversation, and I simply said to him, you know, you should come back to school. You should come back and finish. Well, second semester started, this young man showed up, first night. And right away, I could see he was eager to start working. Right away, when we had a conversation, I saw just how goal-oriented he was. He was going to join the Army, and he needed his high set in order to do that. And he did it. He was here consistently every night, and he tackled everything with a vigor and a positive attitude, just like the young lady he came in with every evening. Very proud of these two young people. Came back to school, they've accomplished great things, they have some really solid goals for the future. And they base these goals on finishing their high school education. I want to introduce to you Toria Daniels and John Neptune. You need to know John is shipping out May 23rd, and Toria will be following later after basic training, and her goal is to attend community college. Thank you.
It's now time to award the high school credentials. presented this evening by Superintendent Cunin. Reading the names today is Ann Bolia. If folks in the audience want to move up to take photos, please do so. Just please be mindful of blocking the view of others and give us just a couple of seconds here to get the table set up. Thank you.
So if I can have the graduates please stand. And this evening we have, in absentia, we also have Jeffrey Hagan and we have Michael Webb that were not able to attend. At this time I'd like to call Ariana C. Burrell. Emma Leah Cleves. Toria R. Daniels. Connor M. Davis. Kurt E. Ellers and Isaac Ellers. Ashley M. Hoyt. Mackenzie A. Lewis. Jonathan D. Neptune.
Okay, graduates, you can grab a seat. And now for some closing remarks, let me introduce Kathy Germani, Assistant Superintendent of South Portland Schools.
Congratulations, graduates. I have a poem tonight that I think best exemplifies the work that you've done, and it's called You Can Be Whatever You Want to Be by Donna Levine. There is inside you all of the potential to be whatever you want to be. All of the energy to do whatever you want to do. Imagine yourself as you'd like to be, doing what you want to do, and each day take one step towards that dream. And though at times it may seem too difficult to continue, hold on to that dream. One morning you will awake to find that you are the person that you dreamed of, doing what you wanted to do, simply because you had the courage to believe in your potential and to hold on to your dream. Congratulations for holding on to that dream.
Graduates, please stand. And Emma, will you step forward and face your fellow graduates and lead them in turning the tassel from right to left, we proudly present the South Portland Adult Education graduating class of 2017. I want to thank everybody for coming. We're going to ask the graduates just to stay for a little bit so we can get a group photo, and then you can gather out there and meet your graduate. Thank you so much. This is the smaller side of the graduating crowd, the biggest crowd we've ever had here, so thank you very much for coming.